If the disruptions caused by the pandemic have taught me one thing, it would be the importance of maintaining healthy rhythms of life. As all our routines were suddenly erased all that time ago, new rhythms became essential. Rhythms to maintain physical health, mental health, emotional health, relational health. However, underpinning all of that, I've found personally the need to establish good rhythms in my relationship with God too. And funnily enough, looking back, I wonder if the last year and a half has been one of the most healthy times in my life in that sort of regard. For me, along with many, many other Christians, both alive now and down through the ages, I have always considered my devotional life to be the engine room of my whole life. If my engine in that regard starts to splutter and die, I quite quickly see the effects in the rest of my life, and I don't think those things are very pretty. I want to be able to say with the psalmist, I have set the Lord always before me. And to do that, I need to ring fence daily time to pause, recenter on Jesus, and invite his Spirit to come and help me so that I can live the rest of my life knowing his presence with me and being available to him as well. And those times have always been for me, as I guess for most Christians down the ages, solo times, and rightly so. Jesus said that we should close the door and pray to our Father in private, and those solo times are still an important part of my devotional life. But the drawback to that is that it's very hard to discipline yourself and motivate yourself on your own to continue in those daily rhythms of devotion, and they can become very, very dry. And this is where the time of COVID, or should I say the time of Zoom, has become so revolutionary. Since March 2020, we as a family of churches have been running Zoom devotionals every weekday morning. And these have evolved over time into 15 minutes each weekday praying, and then 15 minutes reading the Bible together. And they're not generally times where someone talks lots about what they think about the Bible. It's not teaching in that regard, or it's not at times where you give lots of instructions about how to pray. It's been simply what I've said already. It's reading the Bible and praying together. And I found that doing that with other people has really helped me to discipline myself to keep coming back each day. Yes, but even more than that, to learn from others as to how they pray and how they feed from God's wonderful word. And after over the last year and a half, about 30 people have engaged with those sessions in one way or another. But we've tended to see a core of about 5 to 10 that has kept going virtually the whole time. And now what we want to do is not just to continue this, but to open it up to even more people. So, if you would like to pray and read the Bible with other people from our Churchcentral churches, 7:30 to 8 o'clock is the magic hour. But not just 7:30 to 8 a.m., also 7:30 to 8 p.m. as well. We recognise that not everyone can make the morning shift, so we're going to trial for 2 weeks an evening session as well as the morning one we've already done before. And if that takes on, we'll do that continually, like the morning sessions. Each session will be very, very similar. We'll start by praying together. We'll worship with a pre-recorded song. Then we'll either pray our response all together or we'll do that in silence. And then at the end, people will offer their prayers one after the other. Then at 7:45, we will switch to the Bible, where we'll read a short New Testament passage together, quietly reflect on that passage, and then share some brief thoughts. Then we will flip back in our Bibles to the Old Testament and meditate on a single verse from Proverbs or Psalms. And then bang on 8 o'clock, we'll depart. There is very little banter, there is very little chatting. We pray, we feed on the word, we go. Now we're going to be starting this on Monday, the 20th of September, and we're going to start in Mark's Gospel and in Psalm 1. Why not join us? You could try to clock in for a day or two, maybe a week just to start with if you wanted. You could even just come to the prayer bit or the Bible slot for just 15 minutes if that would serve you. But listen, if you're struggling to build good devotional rhythms into your life, why not put aside that half an hour and join us every weekday at the 7:30 to 8 of your choosing so we can stoke the engine rooms of our lives together.